Okay. Let's see how this goes. I mean, I didn't know what to say. I didn't even really plan this. Just kind of know I wanted to watch the game. We're doing Easter today at the house at 3 o'clock. My son just went down for a nap. I know I wanted to watch the game. I figured might as well. While I'm watching it, I'll do a live stream. I'll sit in here. If anybody pops in, great. If they don't, they don't. I'm not really all that concerned about it. It's just kind of a nervy game, you know. Arsenal, 8 point lead. Hey, this stopping by saying hi. What's going on, homie? Hopefully everything's good with you. Arsenal's got an 8 point lead in the top of the table. City has a game in hand. Well, technically right now they have a 5 point lead because City won yesterday. This is a big one. This and City are the kind of the two big games left. Even with Liverpool not really being what they normally are or as strong as they typically are. If Arsenal lose to Liverpool, lose to City, it gets a little bit dicey. If they can win this game, it goes a long way. What is it? 9 games left in the season, so we'll see what happens. But yeah. Awesome. I'm nervous. Nervous. I have the sound going lightly, so I can kind of hear a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't come through too much for y'all, just because I can't think I can get like a channel strike or something like that. Ooh. A little bit of light in. It's a beautiful day outside. If I had a screen door, I don't have a screen on the door over there for the shed yet. If I had that screen up, I'd probably open the doors. It's that nice outside today. I have to build an awning for this. The lip on the roof of the shed is so small that when it rains, there's a window right here. If the window's open, like the rain actually gets inside and gets on the desk and stuff like that. So I could put like small awnings over the windows, but ultimately I kind of want to have, I want to keep the doors open and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put like a decent size, maybe like a 6-foot awning on the front of the shed that ultimately will turn into a deck. I kind of want to put like a small deck on the front of this and then off to the side there on the other side. And ultimately on top of that would be the ability to screen all that in. That way I could just open the doors and not have to worry about having like a screen on the doors themselves. So, Frio chiming in saying a big game here. One hand on the title if you can win. Man U fan here, so you know I'm a Gunner fan for the next 2 hours. Very, very true. Liverpool, man, it's one of those things where they just have not been themselves this year. I think a lot has to do with them aging out of their best players. Losing Sadio and just getting older and those kind of things. They're just not the same team. But it's Anfield. You know what I mean? Arsenal haven't won in Anfield in 157 years. So it's kind of one of those things where I don't even think a draw is something to be proud of here. I think for Arsenal to really kind of grab the title by the horns and really be like, hey, we're going to – oh, yes! What a play. What a goal, man. That was hectic. Wow. That ball was pinballing around. For him just to put that slight little touch on there, enough to have it just it rolled into that corner going like 1 mile per hour. Wow. So much space. Look at that. Wow. Lucky on a deflection. Oh, that's such a beautiful goal by Martinelli because it almost looks like accidental, and what he does, but it's not. It's not. It's that little tiny touch there. Just that super, super tiny, quick little touch with his left foot. Oh, his right foot. Sorry. It's just such a great goal. Yeah. Wow. That's the way to start the game. But going back to what I was talking about, what Frio's talking about with saying yup, especially how City's been playing. It's this is a really, really, really big win. Up 1, 8 minutes in, you got to like it. But at the same time, Liverpool, you can't help it, man. It's so tough to win there. It's so tough to play there. Them going down early isn't going to affect their mentality. If anything, it's going to make it more raucous, or whatever the hell you want to call it. They're really going to kind of try to turn it on. Salah's still world class. Van Dijk is still world class. It's going to be a day. It's going to be a day. But if Arsenal can control the game and not rest on this one score lead, really, really, really just kind of push it, get a second. Still not assured of anything, but I really don't want them to sit back here. They need to attack, and I think they will. I mean, they know they're a championship side. Championship sides don't sit back like that. We're not Bournemouth or we're not a low level team like Bournemouth or Southampton or Tottenham or anything like that. We're not a lower level team that's going to sit back and try to win 1-0 here and rest on our laurels. We'll actually form an attack here. Yeah. I mean, Frio saying that, you guys have put together quite a set of players who believe in themselves right now. And honestly, it really all comes down to Arteta. To be perfectly honest with you, you're so ago now. There's people who are hashtag Arteta out. And I never wavered. But then again, I'm a little bit of a loyalist. Like I liked Emery, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, give him a chance. So I'm rarely, well, I mean, it's pretty much been Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery, and Arteta. So it's not like I go through managerial changes all that often. But I'm pretty like let our guy work, let our guy have a vision and put what he wants to put together. And I really believed in Mickle, just because I loved him as a player. I loved him as an assistant coach with Pep, and then coming into Arsenal, I really really thought he had just not the right mentality, but also the vision. Wow, great strike by Zinchenko, who's honestly, if you were to poll like the the league, I guess you'd say for Arsenal's Player of the Year, it's going to be Saka. If you poll Arsenal fans, who's the Player of the Year for us, might be Zinchenko. He's been such an amazing player for us from defense to offense and everything he's done. That was a great strike. But anyway, yeah, I mean it's all Arteta. He's done really, really amazingly well, and he's believed in his guys. He's chosen his guys, he's believed in them, and they have paid him back tenfold. You know, from the way he's handled Martinelli, who was a little bit fragile, it seemed. As far as mentality, with what he is in his position on a team. For really just, I mean, the way he handled this Jesus thing with not rushing him back, having the faith in Nketiah, giving him the contract to keep him here, that he honestly, while he was healthy, was a big part of us keeping this, essentially 5-point lead. From going with Ramsdale over Leno, and man, Saliba, for having the faith in letting Saliba be himself, and it's been a masterclass, to be perfectly honest with you. Like the worst part about Arteta is that he's been such an amazing, amazing, amazing skipper, that you kind of get afraid that maybe somebody gigantic comes pecking. You get the Barcelonas, the Milans of the world, those places, like they'll come and be like, hey, we want you to run our club. Maybe I'm a little bit romantic, but I don't think he would do that. I think he's an Arsenal man. He was obviously, he didn't grow up in Arsenal and come up through the academy or anything, but he spent a bulk of his meaningful career at Arsenal. And then when Emery got the boot and he came on, which I think was one of the best things. Call it meaning on purpose or call it lucky, that Unai Emery was a coach for us, because I don't think you want to be the person that follows Wenger. I think you want to be the person that follows the person who followed Wenger. So, that takes a lot of pressure off, with Unai Emery having some success, but not major success. And for Arteta to come in almost as a kind of like, a hero to help bring the club back, or a former Arsenal man, former Arsenal captain coming in, being that he worked under Pep, the type of mentality he has, things like that. It just ended up being it was meant to be kind of stuff. And it's paying dividends. Like I said, 5 points. Well, technically right now, 8 points clear if we go by the live table. 8 points clear up at Anfield. Man. Who do I have winning the Champions League? Napoli look dangerous. I'm going to be 100% honest. I couldn't even tell you who's left in Champions League. I have not followed Champions League at all. Oh man. Wow. I haven't paid attention. Honestly, where like I've kind of purposely like kind of blocked off Champions League from my brain because we're not in it, and I've been so hyper focused um, with Arsenal and winning the league. Like even like when they went out in Europa, I was like, I do not care at all in any form or fashion. Like it didn't bother me at all. Like hey, it bothers me when they lose, obviously, but it's the league or nothing, man. It's been the league or nothing, and I've been in that mentality since probably before the World Cup. So I haven't even honestly even followed it. So I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I'll watch the finals, obviously, but man. Winning the league. LOL, I feel for you for the best. I mean, as a Man United fan, man, like, it's been a billion years since I felt that. I've never I got into Arsenal right after really got into soccer, got into Arsenal right after high school, you know. So I had some years there, obviously, early Wenger, Invincibles and stuff like that kind of. But man, you're talking about what, 20 plus years of nothing. And honestly, it's been that way for me in all of my sports. Like I gotta clean my camera lens, man. There's a bunch of funk on there. It's been that way for me for pretty much predominantly all of sports to a certain extent. So my sports fandom is Arsenal, Miami Dolphins, the Lakers, and the Yankees. Okay, sure. You're like, oh, you're a Lakers and Yankees fan. You have a bunch of championships. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Baseball and basketball are very much well below soccer and football in my priority list of sports. Like I love soccer and I love football. Like I'll watch a football game if it's on because I love it. I'll watch Premier League game because it's on because I love it. I watch a baseball game because the Yankees are playing. I watch a Laker game because the Lakers are playing. I'm actually more. Oh no. More specifically, Lakers. I probably don't even watch them really at all, unless they're in the playoffs or more specifically in the finals. Yankee games, I actually prefer to listen to baseball. I actually really enjoy listening to baseball as opposed to watching it. So I'll actually listen to my fair share of Yankee games. But again, they're very much a secondary thing for me. Like it's like on in the background while I'm working in the yard or working out here or doing whatever. So when those teams win championships, when those teams succeed, and I like it, I enjoy it. It gets me all up and hot and bothered and whatever you want to call it. It's not like soccer and football, man. It's like live and die shit. You know what I mean? And I've never, it's been a billion. Dolphins haven't won a championship since the '70s. Arsenal since 20 plus years ago, at least winning the league. Really, it's a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, whatever you want to call it. Sure, fine, whatever. That's a trophy. I'm happy to have them. It's great to have trophies. Not that Tottenham fans wouldn't know anything about it, but league, Champions League, those are the two big ones. Community Shield, that's a very big one too. It's a joke. But those are the big ones in the Super Bowl, in football, and I haven't experienced that in my adult life, you know. Um, so Real versus Chelsea, Bayern versus City, Napoli versus AC Milan, Benfica versus Inter. I mean, honestly, I've actually always liked Napoli. But I honestly, I'd probably go City, to be perfectly honest. Especially if Arsenal win this game and in let's say City drop points somewhere, I could see them just going all in, balls out in Champions League and not even worrying about the league anymore. I could see that happening easily. That's a yellow card. Really? Shut your whore mouth, Adam. I don't want to hear that shit. Equalize. You asked. You asked me. You asked me. You asked. Pray. I didn't even ask you. I don't want to say begged me, but you pleaded. That's what I'm. Last year for Arsenal to lose or do something so Liverpool could do better, and I agreed. I said, okay, you do the same for us this year. You lose. Help us. Help me. Help us. Help you. There's not even a foul there. Look at that. Rob Holding and his beautiful, glorious hair. You want to talk about one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sports in general. Rob Holding's hairline, man. Jesus Christ. Talk about somebody. Go look at his bald ass head before he got hair transplant surgery. And the dude's leaning so heavily into it. It's impressive. It's absolutely 100% impressive because that dude was bald. That dude was bald with a capital B. He was crazy ass bald. And now he looks like freaking Fabio with his goddamn hair. And I'm here for it, man. Like, I'm here for him just being absolutely insane hair dude. That's a great defensive stint right there, man. Oh! Oh. Mm. That's the other part about it. It's like 2 wins away from Champions League football. If you were to give Arsenal fans saying, giving them guaranteed Champions League football at the end of this year, like 99.9% of fans would have taken that in the beginning of the season. I gotta get a new beer fridge, man. That thing is insane loud. I always forget how loud it is until I'm in the middle of doing something. Still don't have heat out here in the shed. I don't have the electrical hooked up proper yet. So it gets a little chilly in here in the mornings, but it's starting. That's why I have all the windows open. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, let's just keep clapping. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Now, just all the Gabbies need to score now. We need a set piece and have defensive Gabby score. How about that? And then we'll have the 3 Gabbies. Man, snap that. Wow. That's how you score a header. Drill that thing down in there. That's like the perfect. Everybody always tries to like steer that thing into the corner. Snap it down at the ground. Hit the ground right in front of the keeper's feet, man. That's how it goes in every goddamn time. Man, I'm starting to get a little too giddy here. But yeah, what was I saying? It gets a little chilly in here. I open up all the windows, get the sun in here, get some heat. I actually it gets chilly, but man, it gets bonkers hot in here too. Like bonkers hot. Like this afternoon, if I didn't like open the windows or anything, it would get like super, super hot. And it's only supposed to be like 60 today. If I didn't open up the windows in here, it would probably get up into the mid 80s. So I'm super nervous about the temperatures for the summer until this week. I was like, I belong to this like website that tells you when deals pop up. And for the longest time, I've had like an alert set for a mini split. For those who don't know what a mini split is, it's basically it says that those you see them when you walk into buildings and stuff. They have like the air conditioner on the wall, but it's a rectangle that goes to an outside source, and they're super quiet. That's the other reason why I want it, because I want it to be cool and warm in here with no noise because of recording and stuff like that. And I've had a deal up for almost a year. Like actually, if I go in my Facebook memories, it's funny because if I go in my Facebook memories, this is exactly a year ago today. So a year ago today, I finished the bed for the shed. So I didn't even, you could see that I had the trench run and all that kind of stuff. The shed hadn't even been delivered yet. So I've had like an alert up for like, I've been sleeping on like a super good price for a mini split. And this week, lo and behold, I don't even really have the money to buy one right now. But it was like $399 for 9,000 BTU mini split, which is a 9,000 BTU mini split will cool. Oh, that's a yellow card, if not a red card. Okay, he's giving him a yellow. And oh, Van Dyke of all people, that's pretty awesome. Wow, that's very cynical, because that first foot sucks, but the second one, he just kicks him. That's on purpose. That's like, a very generous yellow. But like 9,000 BTU mini split. If we're just talking about cooling, that's for 400 square feet. It's only 200 square feet in here. So it should work really well. For $399, I couldn't pass it up, so I ordered it. I'll be here next week. The problem is I still don't have my electrical hooked up, so now I really got to focus on getting the electrical hooked up in here. You're like, dude, you don't have electrical? Everything's plugged in. It's like there's extension cords running everything in here. Which they're huge. They're 10 gauge extension cords. The barn's right there. It's more than enough juice, and it's not dangerous by any stretch of the imagination. But in order to run that mini split, and get everything hooked up proper, definitely going to need that hooked up. So I got to focus on getting it done. So the electrical panel that I have in here, you can't really see it, but it's behind that painting right there. Is where my electrical panel is. It's not even hooked up yet. The cabling is run from there through the ground, through piping, into the barn, and runs through the length of the barn to the sub panel in the barn, or the main panel in the barn. So I'm putting in a sub panel here, or I put in a sub panel here. So it needs to be hooked up at the main panel. It needs to be hooked up at the sub panel, and all the breakers and all the stuff needs to be hooked up here. I'm super afraid of doing electrical work like that, so that's my big kind of hesitant there. Is I'm just not really confident with electrical work. I understand it. I've read 900 billion 64 tutorials. Great job. Yeah, Salah. Still scary as fuck. I know the processes. I know how it's done. I've watched all the tutorials. I understand. I'm just not confident in it. Okay, just anyway, and I'm just gonna have to pay somebody to come out and do it. So with the mini split, I know mini splits. I think the one I purchased is a DIY setup, but I think someone actually wrote on the deal site that I purchased it from that there is two parts of it that need tools that most people don't have. There, you have to apply a flare to a line and something else. So I think I'm just gonna have to hire somebody to come do that. But again, I keep saying it. The big sticking point is I got the last part of this I need to run for the main electrical before everything can be hooked up and turned on. Is I have to drive 8-foot copper rods into the ground for grounding because it is a sub panel off a main panel. It's 220 or 230, I guess technically, or 240 technically, right? And I need to drive 2 8-foot rods in the ground, and this whole freaking yard, this whatever, is all slate. Like it's rock. Like this is the picture I just showed you previously. Like if you look, like all that is not dirt. That's shale rock. So I have to drive these rods 8 feet in the ground through shale. And that's kind of the thing which I'm dreading doing because it is, it's going to be a nightmare. Not like this game. Let's get a third. Come on. Saka fell down. God damn it. That was a cool little move they put down there. Man, can I speak about how much I love Ben White for a minute? I love Ben White. We like one of my favorite subplots of this year's Arsenal team is the level of shithousery we get from Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale. It is by far and away, like, Arsenal have lacked that kind of mentality for a very, very long time. Like, when we actually had decent defensive backfields, the Koscielny kind of big fucking German stuff. Even then, they were very clinical, very down to business. This is what we do. You know what I mean? Ramsdale's a fucker, and Ben White is ultra fucker. And the level of shithousery those two are capable of is absolutely fucking breathtakingly fantastic as an Arsenal fan. To see them get under people's fucking nerves and skin and just absolutely drive opponents bonkers insane. It's so fucking beautiful to watch. Like last week when fucking Man City played and then we played and then we won 4-1, the same as Man City, and the journalists were like, asked Ben White, they're like, Arteta said he let you guys watch a Man City game before the match. He's like, what did you think about that, and how did that motivate you? And he's just like, yeah, I don't watch football. He's like, I don't watch it ever. It's fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Blow my nose. I'll mute it so you people. Ooh. That's crazy too, because there's just a foul, so they're showing Klopp and Arteta back and forth. And if 2 years ago, when 2.5 or whatever you want to call it, when Arteta came on, and if you're like, you have the option, Mikel Arteta or Jurgen Klopp, I'd be like, duh, fucking Klopp. That's not even a fucking question. What are you talking about? You ask me right now who I want as my fucking skipper. Yeah, Xhaka. Okay, now Xhaka's starting to start shit too. I love fucking ornery Xhaka. Oh, he's one of my favorite dudes in the universe. But if you're with me right now, yeah, you got a choice, Klopp or fucking Arteta. It's zero hesitation, Arteta. Yeah. You could feel it coming after that, and that's the thing. Like I love Shaka, but it's kind of like you're taking a little bit of a fucking piss out of your team. You're giving them a little bit of momentum. So it's kind of one of those things where you need to know better. I don't think Gabriel could have done any better. Commentators like Gabriel has to know he's coming in. Like, yeah, he's making the move as fast as he can. He's like a half millisecond off the ball. I don't think that's really. Oh no. This is nervy. This is not how you want to end the half, man. You got to get in there. You have, I mean, a perfect world, you score, but I mean, at this time, you just want to get in the halftime, the lead. Oh. Whew. That was a nervy end to the first half, man. Piles of confidence. Piles of confidence. Wow. Oh, somebody just got a yellow card. Okay. Well, that is a fucking half. Okay. So let's see. Sorry, I had to dip out there for a sec and do some. Miles Davis, how's the little guy? My kid is awesome. He's awesome. Here, I'll show you a picture. This is him this morning. Or last night, sorry. Before he went to bed. There he is in his little Easter jammies, hanging out, being a crazy maniac that he is. My kid's awesome, man. You know, he's just, I don't even know what to say. I mean, if you have kids, you know how I feel. It's just, every day is just full of insanity in the best way possible. And I don't even know what to say. You know, he's just fantastic. He's just fantastic, man. I have a good Easter set for today. Have my two sisters and their kids and family coming over, and then my wife, her family. Not a ton of people, maybe like 10, 12 people, including ourselves, coming over for just Easter dinner. Um, you know, so it should be a good day, and he's a big part of it. So we're gonna do a little Easter egg hunting. Actually, I'm curious. I don't have any. We dyed Easter eggs yesterday. He had a blast doing that, and I had paws vinegar fart dye all over my fingers. So I haven't checked Arse blog at all. I got to see what's going on. Mm. Okay. Such a big game. Man, the refs are showing right now is yoked. Young built dude. Usually old dudes working this game, man. Kind of curious. Baggers and Brews saying, what's happening? Halftime at the game, other than that, just hanging out, waiting for the rest of this match to go through. Hopefully it goes to good people, the good guys' side. Yeah. Oh, man. That I am. I'm watching Arsenal versus Liverpool. I would assume you could ascertain who I'm rooting for. Figured I would be watching it. Might as well do a live stream while I'm watching it. Oh. How is that not a card, man? He just clobbered fucking Jaka. That's what I'm fucking talking about. What do I think about the future of the beer scene? I don't bother trading anymore. I feel like if we've reached a point where your local stuff is as good as anything out there. I mean, not to be that guy, but welcome to my world. I've never really been a trader. I've always been a very kind of big proponent of there's really good beer out there. Um, a lot of really good beer out there. It doesn't necessarily need to be traded or treated like some mystical thing that is unobtainium, that you have to, do all that stuff. Listen, beer shares, going to bottle releases, beer releases, and hanging out in line and drinking beers and having fun. I've always been game of that. Back when Equilibrium first been going to their, and they still do it to this day, but going to their bottle and can releases were fantastic. Not so much for the beer they're releasing is quite good, but it was more so everybody else is hanging out, having a good time, drinking beer and that kind of thing. So it's one of those things where while I'm all about the hanging out and celebratory part about it and all that fun stuff, I've never really been a big trader. But there was a little bit of kind of you had a much less larger selection of greatness. Now, while there still is quite a bit of bad beer out there, there's a decent amount of bad beer out there. There is a decent amount of really good beer out there. So, like you said, the options you have, are much wider, much more varied, much more open. And that just kind of makes it better for everybody, I think. Beer used to be this thing before. Not so much here in the States, it was for a certain extent, but in general, beer was local. You had your local breweries, you had your local brew pubs, you had your local beer makers, you had your local tap rooms, and then that's where you drank beer. And then, there was the kind of treaty portion of the show where every now and then you go out and get a fancy beer from this place, that place, and the other thing. And it just kind of homogenized into this kind of thing where you're just Great Sea by Ramsdale. It got homogenized where it was just the same beers over and over again with little to no flair, and I'm talking macro beer to a large extent. But with craft beer, it was very much, kind of a lack of a better term, smaller thing, but it's growing to the point now where it's, there's great places all over the place, like you said, and that's a beautiful thing, because you could still trade. You could still like share beer with people, but it's not, oh, hey, I went and got a Morning Delight from Top and Goliath, or let's open this, like crazy bottle beer from X, Y, and Z. It's more so, hey, these guys from down the street from me are doing an amazing job with XYZ beer, and let's all experience that now. And I think that's a great thing, and that is what I would say is the beer scene. That's the way the beer scene should be. It shouldn't be like, hey, I went and tracked down this super rare whale of a beer. Let's drink it. That's fun. I've been that guy. I've done that. I've hung out with those people, and I still will. But now it's more so like, hey, check out this brewery by me. They make really good stuff, and I think that's a great place to be. And I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. man. Where did I put those things? Oh. My camera I use for recording gets hot. So I have this little fan back here. To keep it cool. I actually had it pointed at me so I could have a little bit of a breeze going, but I got like a warning on my camera that my camera was getting hot. I got these USB fans here for my server rack back there, the vent and stuff. I haven't hooked them up yet. Let's see how well they work. Maybe I'll plug these in and give myself a little bit of fresh air. It's got a little remote on it too. Okay. Let's see how this is laid out. Let's see how this works. I don't anticipate these being insanely powerful because they're just for venting purposes, but I'm curious. They're very quiet. Let's crank it up to the max. Oh. Okay. I can get down with that. A little bit of a breeze. Turn that other fan towards me because it's better. It's a little louder. There we go. All's good with the world. Come on. Put something together here. Let's get another goal. Let's make this a little bit less of a butt clenching kind of thing. Push the ball. I wonder if Virgil van Dijk and Dick Van Dyke are related. That was pretty weak. That was very weak. That I am not happy about. I have not had this beer in a very long time. It's Castle Brewery, Eggenberg, same people that make Sammy Klaus. This is their Erbach. I have not only have I not had this in a very, very, very long time, I have not seen this in a very, very long time. Great label. Look at that label. Classic. Nothing too crazy. I have not seen it in a long time. Like, I can't remember the last time I actually saw it on the shelf. I went to my local bottle shop. Like, it's kind of like a big bottle shop. It's like one of the more commercial ones by me. It's called Bottle King. If you're from Jersey, you know Bottle King. And and they had it on the shelf, and I was like, "Oh, hot damn, Erbach!" I'm like, I have not seen this. Honestly, it's probably been several years since I've just seen it randomly on a shelf. Not only was it on the shelf, it was for like $7.99 for a 4-pack, which is gotta be mismarked. Like, has to be mismarked. So I got myself a 4-pack. I don't know if I've ever reviewed it. Have I ever reviewed it? Let me see. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I'm gonna have to review it. That's weird. I've had it a ton of times. It's weird. Okay. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't start Trossard. He's got to come on, man. Give that spark. Who do you bring? Who do you take out though? I mean, Gabby's been. You have to take out not Martinelli. Jesus, only because I think he's getting to the point where he's gonna hurt himself. Like, he's trying so hard. Like, trying so hard. Like, he's going at 110% the whole time. That if he keeps doing this, he could definitely injure himself. And I think, Trossard has kind of been an ace in our pocket. One of the best transfer signings we've made in recent memory. And I just think I need to protect Gabriel Jesus from himself, and just let Trossard cook. Let him get in Liverpool's head a little bit, because him he scored a hat trick for Brighton last time out this season. So it's one of those things where just enough to where it just mess with them a little bit, I guess. I missed this earlier from Baggers and Brews. Didn't see this. Sorry, homie. I missed it. What's my daily drinker? Fucking Miller High Life, baby. Miller High Life is the fucking, like, it's just such a good beer, man. Do I have any? High Lifes? I have some. There might be in my barn, as far as just random cans lying around. But I always have Miller High Life. It's honestly probably the best and cheapest delicious beer in the universe. I am Team High Life. Next to that would be Genesee Cream Ale, all day on those. But honestly, I'm a little bit bigger fan of Miller High Life, especially out of the bottle. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm talking about, though. It's just something about just ripping down those bottles. Right now, I currently have cans. We had a couple family events, and I bought like a 30 rack Miller High Life cans. But other than that, yeah, Miller High Life all day. All day. Oh. There we go. Let's see who they bring off. Yep. That's what I thought. Kivor? What? For holding? Wow. Wow. Wait, Odegaard? That's weird. I get the defensive change. I do. I get it. But you're taking off your primary midfielder. You're taking off your orchestrator, your conductor, and bringing on an unproven defenseman who hasn't played in a big game at all in any form or fashion. I mean, I'm Team Arteta, so we'll see how this goes, but that is a weird switch. That's weird. It's getting insane. Oh, wow. That was a great header, man. A lot of pace. Just right at the keeper, man. That's the only part that sucked. I have to go to the bathroom. But I don't want to do it because I feel like if we go to the bathroom, they're going to score. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Robertson up by Holding, came down for Salah. It's Henderson. Alexander Arnold away from Zinchenko.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I don't want to go to the bathroom because they're going to fucking score. And I go to the bathroom and they're going to fucking score. God damn it. I can't believe that just fucking happened. His last memory of the game is a nasty one. He knows deep down. Such a brilliant footballer on the ball. Defensively, there's always a little question mark against him. Look how he takes it. We've got the game in the pocket. There's no need to try and bring the ball. Alexander Arnold is going absolutely nowhere unless you give him a window. And that window is through his legs. Martinelli gets it from Canate. Through goes Tini. God damn it.
Trossard. Here's Rubio. He wants to win. Liverpool fancy they can win Martinelli. This way and that. Firmino Lopez. Martinelli went back into ball. Xhaka. Tierney. For a corner. Someone has come over to take it. She walked from over the forward. So Charles delivery. Allison through the crowd. He's looking for Alexander Arnold. And Salah. And Henderson. Salah. Alexander Arnold. Very well done. He can't wait for it. Just like a bit too much underneath it. It's over. It's still a question of all these games. If Arsenal had been off the point already, and we had a nothing 0-0 draw, would that have been okay? For Liverpool, you take anything you get, obviously, that's not how the games have panned out, though. 2-0 dominated the first half. I think fans think I certainly think more against Liverpool at home. We only give up. Certainly after the action in the second half. Sneaky reaction. Probably would have been sitting at home his shirt as well. Probably would have been just offside, a little arm on him. Just shimmed it over. Half an hour. That's on the saddle again. As we gallop towards Gabriel. Salah, Henderson. Thiago, sweet. Alexander Arnold. Oh, Salah!
Oh, what a save. What a save. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow.
This has been a delightful cameo. Alexander Arnold. Nunez. Canate. Smile off the line. Salah. see the replay. Absolutely astonishing. And there are 10 seconds to play. And it's Trossard is called by Thiago. And it's clouted out by Xavi. What to say that is better than the one before. And Green. Wow. Wow, this is gripping. What a tale to tell. For clarity around the title race, well, this is as clear as mud. Mo Salah helped drag it back for Liverpool. Roberto Firmino got to the point that they should prize. But there are points true all over the Anfield playing surface. Because there are two mighty teams here who have given everything and left
Wow.
nothing behind. Canate might have won it with more or less the last touch of the game, but Ramsdale was the last touch of the game, and he earned a point for Arsenal, which might very well still be priceless. They are 6
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, you go up 2-0 against anybody. Doesn't matter who you're playing against. Doesn't matter who the team is. You expect to win, you know. But before the game, you know, you want that, man. You want it so bad, but goddamn Ramsdale. Fucking heroics. Insane amount of heroics from Ramsdale.
Yeah, I think it's too easy. Yeah, the team is going to get easy. They'll kind of tripping over the ball. Yeah, it goes off that track. That's George's around me. No, not from the back.
Wow. That was, I mean, that's Saka. That's it. That's the compelling stuff right there, man. You know. You know, that's why it's amazing. Because that was insane. You know, you expect Arsenal, 2-0. You know, you expect them to kind of roll. Liverpool comes back, gets that goal. You know, shit is going haywire. You know, second half, you know, it's back and forth. I decided to actually go to the bathroom, and Liverpool scores. It's my fault. So I will take that loss. That I'm the whole reason why that shit went sideways. And man, Ramsdale, like the amount of saves he made in the second, I mean, in general, the whole season. But man, that second half, he's a goddamn juggernaut. That's what I leave here, knowing and believing that Ramsdale's amazing in goal. Amazing.
Well, I'm looking back over my notes from our pregame chat, and I say here, Arsenal stop the game from becoming frantic. The frantics and capitals. And that's ultimately how they silenced Anfield. They started brilliantly. They were right up for it. It was a perfect game plan. And then that turning moment that we were talking about, with Shaka, they're coming together and turn the game on its head. And Arsenal never recovered. They never recovered. The game became frantic, and they put it all in the full face.
And who's that on? Is that on the players for not calming down, for keeping it frantic, or is that on Arteta?
And the pundits are now kind of
credit to Liverpool as well. This is a team like in the Premier League with nothing to play for in terms of Champions League, etc. But they've showed they can have moments and they can get the intensity and give clock relief. They're not that far away. Yes, there's work to be done. But for Arsenal, it'll be disappointing because over this season, whatever's been put in their path, they found a way past it. You know, late goals at Villa, the late Bournemouth win, and games like that. Today, they allowed Liverpool back into a game when they're 2-0 up and coasting. They'll take a point because a point is important. It's a point gained, but it could have been 3-0. No, it could have been 3-0. No, the loss emotional control is what was in the game today.
What about some game management? I know that some of the Arsenal fans are not happy about bringing their captain Odegaard off and putting on Kivior with around 10 or so minutes to go in arguably the biggest 10 minutes of the season. What did you make of that particular decision?
Well, I think we can't all be disappointed that the players give everything. They've really put a foot wrong this season. I think that was the sign of a manager giving his team every effort to try and get themselves a grip in the game. And we saw it here watching on the television. They couldn't get a grip of the game.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to sign off because I don't even know what else to say. That was intensely emotional. I just got stuck to my desk. I got this little chip right here. You can't see it. I'm going to fix it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off saying thank you, everybody that's coming by. We're exactly at 2 hours. Thank you for everybody commenting, all that fun stuff. If you have any follow-up and you're watching this now and it's not live, just down there, I'll hopefully get to it. So, yeah, a point is a point is a point, but could have had 3. Could have easily been 0.